Welcome to the 1000 Comics Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Heath. I got a great show for you today. I interviewed Think Floyd. Think Floyd, man. Great Connecticut comic. Known him for about as long as I've been doing comedy. He's been doing comedy a few years longer than I have. That's a bird chirping in the background. It's a lovely day outside. I'll get outside after I record this monologue. Think Floyd, man. Known him for a little while now. I've been trying to get him on the show for a little while. He's been on the road, and he said he would hit me up when he was back in Bridgeport. And he was back in Bridgeport, and the other day he hit me up. He said he wanted to be on the podcast. I said, sure. I said, you want to come up here? He goes, no, why don't you come down here to Bridgeport and come to the CT Comedy Festival down in the Bijou Theater in Bridgeport. I said, yeah, sure. I'd love to see that. It was I had a great time. He got me in to the show. You know, I got to hang out in the back with the other comics. You know, it's always a little weird for me when I go to watch shows that I'm not a part of. I don't know. There's always a little part of me that's like egotistical like that. But I had a great time. Stash Makita, who's been on the show, was involved in a roast battle. And he lost, but I still liked him the best on the roast battle anyways. He was head-to-head with Catherine Geronimi. And the judges seemed to like her better. It was a good show, though. It was a really good show. Andrew Manning, I haven't seen that guy in years. He's a little younger than I am, so it was like, I couldn't believe he kind of filled out. He's like in good shape now. Like he used to be kind of like schlubby like me, but now he's in pretty good shape. And then he was a part of the roast battle too. But yeah, Think Floyd. He was on the show. Beecher was the host. Oh man, I can't wait to have him on the show one day. But his set was great, man. And I wasn't sure where we were gonna record. Think Floyd actually had the idea of recording it in at the Bijou Theater, and I'm like, where in the Bijou Theater are we gonna record it? Sorry, that's the fiance calling me. I'm just gonna silence her real quick. I'll call her back in a minute. Yeah, I'm like, where do you want to record it? He goes, how about where they up there where they sell popcorn? And I'm like, I doubt, we could do it in the lobby. I don't know. It might have actually worked, being that there's a little bar out there and everything. We could have sat down and did it. But to not have, other people coming up and talk to us would have been difficult. I actually talked to the manager, and we could have done it up in one of the balconies because there was no one sitting up there. That would have been a cool place to record it. But he ended up, after I talked to the manager of the Bijou, I ended up getting a call from Floyd, and he said, come down to this place, the Met. And it was this great restaurant, the Met, right down the street from the Bijou Theater in Bridgeport. And they set up this back table for us and everything. I was able to set up my equipment. You might be able to hear some murmurs, some glasses clinking in this interview. But, don't worry about it. It's fine. I think you'll still enjoy it no matter what because I thought it was a good location. I'm gonna post some pictures. Hopefully you'll see those. But yeah. Anyways, let's just get right to it, man. This was my interview with Think Floyd Whitehead. All right, welcome to the 1000 Comics Podcast. I'm sitting here with my guest, Think Floyd.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, man?
I'm thinking. All the time.
Well, we also have a friend of his to his left,
Yeah,
or to his right.
Muhammad.
I'm just here for laughter.
He's
just
here
here.
for moral support. We're doing the podcast a place a little different today. We're actually at the what's the name of this place?
Metric.
The Metric here
Bar.
in
Metric Bar.
the Metric Bar here in Bridgeport.
Bridgeport.
Why am I forgetting where we're
Lord.
at? We're right down the street from the Bijou Theater.
Yeah.
There's a comedy. It's a whole comedy festival going on there, right?
Yeah. Yep. Tonight, 4:00. Starts at 4.
Tonight at 4.
And the roast battle starts at I think 6:30.
Okay. So, it's been a while since I've seen you, man.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
How long? I can't remember when the last time I saw you in person was.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
It probably was the funny moment.
Probably the open mic.
I'm thinking it was one of Jerry Woolley's shows.
Oh yeah, the when I came in, I was third to last place. Yeah.
Third to last place.
Yeah. That's 4.
You actually count when you're in a competition.
Well,
it's like to me, it's like I either win or
happened?
lost.
I was tied for third. You know what I'm saying? But
It's like if I didn't win, I'm like I didn't win the comedy.
I was tied for third to somebody. This gonna be for somebody that wasn't even on the list. So they showed up and they kind of took my third place.
Took the third place.
We tied.
Do you remember who it was?
I'm not gonna tell you.
All right. You know, I saw an interesting meme that said something like, "If the moment you've signed up for a comedy competition, you've already lost." I forget who it was that said it. I just thought it was.
Well, you already lost. You know,
So even
first of
I
all,
feel
you have
like
to
even
be.
if you win,
First of all,
if
you
you
have
win,
to be
you
good
lost.
friends with one of the judges before you sign up with a contest. Find out who the judge was.
I think with the competition, with competitions, don't you feel like a lot of the time it's just a way for a lot of people to profit off of comedy without being a comedian?
Yes, because especially if there's a fee. If there's a fee involved.
Oh, totally.
Oh yeah, that's why a lot of these festivals. I'm gonna start writing the next festival that I submit to. I'm gonna write a check.
Right.
That way, if I don't get passed, I'm just gonna cancel the check.
Don't forget to tell your fans where you are.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we did.
We already
That was
mentioned
the cook and
we're
the
at the
owner.
Met. This is the
Metric
cook
Bar.
and the owner. Can
Yeah.
you say something to them? They'll be able to hear you.
You can say it.
Say
Come
quick
on.
hello.
Yeah, come on, say hello. Yeah, they got we had Metric Bar in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yep, they have the best food. I suggest the wings. The jerk wings are the best here.
Oh, so that was the last time we saw each other. This was like a few years back. Since then, we've only maintained like a social media relationship. I think you post some of the funniest stuff I've seen online.
Yeah. They said I wanted to. Oh, look, real quick. I want to go back to the festival thing. Please don't try that because I'm planning on. No, because I'm planning on starting a new festival in certain cities. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't want nobody to send me a check and bounce it. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, oh, you don't want somebody to.
it's a
You don't want
joke.
karma to come back and bite you in the ass.
It's a joke. It's a good idea, but it's a joke. 'Cause I know plenty of y'all sent submissions to a festival and you didn't get picked. But my thing is, why don't you get your money back?
So speaking of sending in videos, we were just
Yo, that
talking.
was hilarious.
I don't think we're gonna mention the
No, we
name
don't
of the
have to.
comedian. We don't have to mention his name. But
That's
this
how we-
post
yeah, that was crazy.
got us both riled up. I feel like, right? We can say what he said though. What he said online was comics. It was such a short,
It was
like
straight to the point.
Comics, send me your sets. Like send me videos.
Send me your
send me
video
videos of your sets.
That's it. Period. It was a period. That was it. So I just said something. I wasn't like trying to come at the guy. All I said was, why? Like it was simple,
right?
Why? Oh, then he said something that really got to me. He was like, real comedians know what I'm talking about. I was like, whoa. Mind you, this guy probably hasn't been doing comedy. Probably has been doing comedy about 3 years.
Right.
He took a shot at me and called me. He said, "Real comedians know what I'm talking about." I'm like, I'm a real comedian. Like,
I feel like the real comedians are going to be the ones
Like-
to poke fun of how
Yeah.
ridiculous that statement is to make.
yeah, you cannot just post, send your video in, and there's no reason why. You know what I'm saying? We don't know why you know, he didn't say that where and what the video was for.
I feel like you'd have to be kind of desperate just to send your video or videos of your set. You're not even just a clip.
Yeah,
You know,
and
which you brought up in
Yeah.
the post. It's like you'll send a clip. All right, just send clips, but just to send someone your entire set. Like
Exactly.
What are you
Yeah,
gonna
send a clip, and he was the open mic comedian at that.
I feel like I feel like anyone who's been doing it long enough to recognize the holes in that is it's like would you ask like a chef to send out the food before it's done being cooked?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or a let's say a pervert. He'll post, "Hey fellas, send me send me your girlfriend's panties."
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Would you say why? You know what I'm saying? Of course you're gonna say
But of
why.
course, a young
But of
comic
course
is might actually do that. It'll be like that kid in Porky's to show all his friends
But
the
it-
panties.
it-
You know what I
realize,
mean?
Me and you was the only one that said why.
Yeah. No, well, Dame FK did send him a video of him doing stand up naked.
That was
And it was like a
something.
porno
I didn't even
video.
click onto it.
I didn't click onto it either.
said,
I was
once
scared. I
knew-
was
once I knew what it
like,
was. Somebody said, I said, hell no, I'm not. That was ridiculous. That was-
Right?
That's what he get though. You know what? I hope he clicked onto that.
how long have you been doing stand up?
Well, actually, next week is my 10-year anniversary.
10 years.
May 3rd. Yeah.
Really? So you know down to the exact date. Because I know comics
I
that
get
do it.
confused.
I know the
It's
comics
either,
that
it's
don't.
either May 3rd or March 3rd. It's an M.
Well, I don't know. May 3rd is pretty good because it's,
I think it's-
Star Wars Day.
It is.
Oh, no, that's May 4th.
Shit. I would have said May 4th. Fuck it. Anyway.
Shit, let's change
Yeah,
it.
you just messed me up. All right, it was May 3rd. Yeah, May 3rd. I don't have anything planned. I probably just go out and perform somewhere.
Right.
But what I might do, I might just celebrate my 10th year anniversary next year, May 4th.
Yeah.
It'd be my 11th year, but I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm gonna take
Because
a year-
you completed 10 years. You'd
Exactly.
rather do it then rather
Exactly.
than
So I'm gonna take a year.
it is
of
my 10th year.
Celebrating.
Okay.
Celebrate for the whole year, my 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Because I would have
Maybe do like a small tour. What do you think?
I was supposed to celebrate it at Caroline's, and but they booked something else. So
I've never done Caroline
Never did?
before. I've only seen it in that episode of Louis that was at
yeah,
Caroline.
Caroline's amazing. You know, of course, I've done it. I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
I've done it sometimes with my brother. You know, so, 6, 7 shows.
And your brother, of course, is JB Smooth for the
Yeah,
people
most
that don't know.
Yeah, most people don't know that JB Smooth is my brother. Most of the time when I do a show, people don't know.
You guys look so alike, though. I'm
Yeah,
sure, like,
we
even when
sound
people
alike.
don't know, that, like,
We sound like
they might ask,
yeah,
right?
People they ask if I bring it up. If I say, if I say the joke, I got a joke that I made him his brother. You know what I'm saying?
You
They
guys,
don't- they
you
don't
guys
know
both
because-
have stage names. Is it like something that both happened at the same time, or
Nah, of course he was doing comedy before.
like what is the family name? What is you guys?
Brooks.
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 My last name is Whitehead. Because,
Right.
Yeah, because we have the same mother and same father.
Okay.
Just that he was born before my mother and father got married.
Okay.
So he took my mother's last name, and then when they got married, I took my father's last name.
Okay. So not only are your stage names different, but you have different real names too.
Different last name. Yeah.
So his last names isn't Brooks.
His last name is Brooks.
His last name is
Yeah,
Brooks.
so it's
but
Jerry Brooks.
but your last name is Whitehead.
Yeah, so it's Jerry Brooks, and so it's JB. So if I was to do my name, it'd be FW.
Right.
Smooth.
Okay. You know what? I didn't realize. I thought that was a part of the stage. I thought Whitehead was a part of the stage name because I didn't
Whitehead?
know. That, yeah.
No, well, it's my real name. I use it sometimes. Like a lot of time, I use my last name. Like when I apply for jobs,
Right.
I would use Whitehead.
Right.
And then when you check off your race, I would check white.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're a whitehead.
Well, yeah, basically. And when I get there, they be like, "I thought you was white." Yeah. No.
Oh my god! I can only imagine though,
And I
like
always get the job.
what it was like growing up in your house. Like, was it a laugh riot all the time, or was it like
People always ask me.
You're not crying yet?
People always ask me. They always want to know. They always want to know like how. My brother steps into doing comedy.
Right.
And I'll be honest, my brother, we never really crack jokes.
no?
It's amazing. It's amazing how we crack jokes, we laugh and joke, but it's not like how things are now.
Right.
He just shift that gear. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my friends, basically a lot of my friends never been around him. A lot of my friends have been around me.
Right.
So they know I'm funny because I'm always in the street, outside, parties, acting a fool. And then, then when they see my brother, they were like, "We never seen your brother, like, tell a joke, be funny or nothing."
But I think maybe it stands to the testament that both of you put comedy more into work ethic than you do
Yeah. Well,
so in a.
Well, what happened was, I wasn't doing comedy. I was designing clothes.
Right.
So I used to, I was trying to really avoid doing comedy because I was doing so much. So I did,
Right.
I did music. I had a single out. It's called Coolin'. Me and my friends, me, Nicola, and Dorian, we had a group called True Identity.
Right.
The song was out, came on the radio. If you Google it, if you Google True Identity, Coolin', you can see the song. It's on YouTube. So I did that.
True identity.
Yeah, and I was also doing clothing. So I used to design for Russell Simmons.
Really?
And I designed for Puff Daddy. So I used to design hats for both of them.
Really?
Yeah, so if you watch the Flavor in Your Ear video,
Okay.
at the end of the video, you will see they got these Bad Boy Scully hats.
Right.
The Bad Boy Scully hats in the 90s, was all over at every party.
I'll have to
You know
check
what I'm
these out.
Yeah, my hats are actually in the video. I went to school with Puff, so Puff went to my high school. I knew Puff, Puff Daddy personally.
And what high school was that?
Mount Vernon High.
Mount Vernon High.
Yeah.
So that is Connecticut, right?
No, it's Mount Vernon.
Where's that?
Mount Vernon, New York.
New York. I'm sorry, Mount Vernon. I'm not familiar with Mount Vernon.
Never did?
No.
You ever heard of this guy named what's his name again? I forgot his name. His name is Denzel Washington. You ever heard of him?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I even seen the movie where he was
Yeah.
the principal of a high school.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Denzel Washington is from Mount Vernon. Who else is Mount Vernon? I think Ralph Cramden is from Mount Vernon. Stephanie Mills is from Mount Vernon.
You mean Jackie Gleason?
Jackie Gleason.
Because Ralph Cramden's the name of the
Oh
character.
yeah. Well, yeah. One of them. No. Either him. One of them. I think it's him or the other guy.
But I don't know. I can never tell. It's like the character's always mixed up with the real name.
Well, that's why I called him.
Both you and your brother. Did you read his book that he wrote in the character of himself on the TV show?
You got the book?
Yeah,
You
I
have the book?
haven't read the book yet, but
Yeah,
I was
you
wondering
can
if you read it.
Yeah, I read it. It's also on. You can get it online. You know what I'm saying? Where he reads it to. Well, they read it to you.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, like an audiobook.
It has an audio book.
And
Yeah.
he just reads the whole thing.
Yeah.
I,
It's amazing. I went to the book signing. It was amazing. Still people like so right now. People don't know. A lot of people don't know that he has a brother that does comedy.
Right.
So when the day that I think it was I went to California one day and I went out there and I went to his house and I saw all his cars. I said to myself, I got jokes too. I got a
You know,
couple of jokes.
I don't think you should worry too much about people not knowing. I think because you don't told me you really don't listen to podcasts, right? I heard you were talked about a great deal on one of the most famous podcasts there is right now. Mark, like your brother talked about you for like 5 minutes, I think, on the WTF podcast.
Yeah, oh yeah. Speaking of
So
that,
it's like
Howard Stern show.
the Howard Stern show too.
3 times, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, that's how sometimes after I do a show, like we perform together, people don't know. So I have a joke that I say that how me and him is brothers. A lot of times people be like, after the show, somebody will come up to me and say, I knew that was your brother. I heard him mention your name on the Howard Stern show. So for all these years, I've been trying to edit that part out where he says, I wanted to capture that part where he says my name. Like,
I'm sure you could do that.
You know how David Letterman says, "Funk Master Flex." That's David Letterman,
right?
You know that, right?
No.
You never knew that?
No.
You know when he's like, when you listen to Hot 97 and the guy you hit it and it goes, "Funk Master Flex." That's David Letterman. So I want to do the same thing with Howard Stern.
Option out the audio.
Yeah, say my name. Yeah.
Why not do something like put it into a song? Because you're already musically talented. Then it's like you can hear.
I was going to do that, but then I went to YouTube and they took that off YouTube.
They took what off YouTube?
The Howard Stern show.
Oh, the Howard Stern show.
Howard Stern interview.
The Howard Stern interview. All right. What are you going to do?
I think I have to subscribe to something, to a series to really get it again.
You know, I was looking at some of your stuff on social media. There's are you at Kmart in the photo? What is going? Yeah, what is going on in this photo?
Well, I have this new thing now. I don't know where it came from, but I've been real petty lately.
Right.
So I don't know where it's coming from. I mean, I've been petty for a while, but now a lot of
I think that's a part of your humor, though, too. Because you also did this thing recently where you put like all the names of the people that didn't say happy birthday to you on Facebook. Yeah. I was like, this is the most unique thing I've ever seen.
You have to pay attention,
right?
You know why? Because people, they forget to say happy birthday to you. And I'll take note of all the people that didn't say it.
I'm going to be honest. I was one of the people that didn't say happy birthday.
I know you was number. I know your number. You was number 1082. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up.
I actually don't even remember when your birthday was. I know it was recently because
you was 1082. Everybody has a number. I know everybody's number.
But the people that do say happy birthday to you, you put them on a.
I take the name off the list.
Do you think it's wrong?
Their name off the list.
Do you think it's wrong to be blacklisting people like this for not wishing you the happy birthday?
It was hilarious because everybody was like, "Jeez, happy birthday!" And I was like, "You are now off the list." Number.
Well, all right. Well, happy birthday. Okay. So you can take me off the list now.
Yeah, and also, so you mentioned about when I was
Yes. Can you get back to the TJ Maxx, right?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
so what happened there?
I was shopping. I don't like whenever somebody stands real close to me.
Right.
We all been through this. Whenever they stand real close to me,
yes,
and they on my back, what I do is I just step back a little bit and step on their feet.
Okay.
Excuse me. So if you look at the video, look at the picture that I posted.
You're stepping on the girl's feet.
Yeah. But if you look,
but you're taking a selfie while you're doing it too.
Of the security
camera.
Yeah, it shows her. If you look at her face, she's pissed and she's looking at me like this. She was angry. Well, back up.
How many? There's a lot of people in that line though too.
Yeah, right? She had to be the one to close. I call that close people.
Close, like not like the close talker in Seinfeld, but
hilarious.
just the like getting in the bubble. You know what I mean?
On my back, You know what I'm saying? It should be always all my back people. We're gonna call them. It should be at least a foot and a half.
All right. So how did you come to this conclusion? It's gonna be a
Because
foot and a half.
I give people their space. Now, whenever I give people their space, the
Right.
person behind me always goes, "Excuse me, can you move up a little bit?" And I'm like, "Why?
Right.
If I move up a little bit, you're in the same spot."
Right. If you're
I
in
don't
line.
understand it.
Okay, so if you're in line, because you're giving the person in front of you their personal
Their
space.
space.
You expect the person in the back of you to
Give
give
me
you
my space.
your personal
They
space.
don't have to give me that much space. It's just me giving this person space.
Do you think your bubble, like say the personal bubble, do you think your personal bubble's wider than?
Well,
than
in the
most?
front it is. But then in the back, I give you the foot and a half.
The foot. Wait, so it's longer in
Yeah,
the front than it is in the
yeah,
back. So I guess
yeah.
it's not really a bubble then. There's people saying that it's a bubble.
It's a bubble.
not real-
It's a
but
bubble.
how can it be
just-
a bubble if the
it
one
just bubbles.
side's-
It's like a pregnant bubble.
But the diameter is
Yeah.
longer on one side than
Well,
the other.
it's a pregnant bubble. So if a pregnant, just imagine you pregnant. That's the space I'm giving.
Okay. Imagine I'm
Imagine
pregnant.
imagine
I've
myself-
already got a huge gut,
Okay,
so it's
well,
like I don't even have to
I
imagine.
imagine myself pregnant,
Okay.
so I'm giving it the pregnant space, basically.
The pregnant space.
Yeah. So I'm like this.
A wide berth, if
So
you
I'm
will.
giving, yeah, so I'm giving you that much space.
Right?
And then whenever I give this person that space, the person behind me would say, "Excuse me,
Can you move up a little
And
bit?
I look,
Okay.
and why should I move up? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get to the register any faster.
And this is everywhere, the bank.
I did that. I was paying a Carnet bill.
Okay.
And the way I was paying the Carnet bill is these little machines.
Right.
So I'm online. The lady in front of me goes to the machine.
Right.
So I'm standing far back. First of all, you don't like being that close to people when they counting their money.
Right.
or
So
whatever.
it's
and they put
not.
their PIN number in. So I'm giving lady space. Lady behind me goes, "Excuse me, can you move up a little bit?" I'm like, "For what?"
Exactly. So it's like more like being at the ATM. I thought you were in line to. The way the picture looks, it looks like you're at customer service trying to
Well,
return something.
you know how TJ Maxx is, or department store.
I don't even think I've ever been into.
Well, the line go like
TJ.
this.
Right.
The line go
Okay.
like this, and then goes around, and then the next turn is the register.
Right.
So I'm standing right here, and lady was on my back.
Okay.
So I just give them the try it. Just back up a little bit. Oh, but always when you do it, you always have to say, "Oh, I'm sorry."
You know, I enjoyed. I feel like a lot of your stand up has to do with like personal space, like just
Yeah.
like the little things in life.
Yeah, you have to write. Well, when you sometimes I go to comedy shows and I hear comics tell jokes, and the jokes be too simple.
right.
You know, like a lot of like if you listen to some of my jokes, like they more or less different
Right.
from other topics that, you know what I'm saying, maybe comics touched the topic before, but I take it to another level of funny.
Okay.
Because when you write jokes, you have to make your jokes. You have to write difficult. Now, a lot of comics they write the first. They don't try to make the joke better. So they write a joke, and it's. I could tell a joke is simple. I'm like, that's simple. Like it's something that I could have thought of in 2 minutes.
Like right. So you're not a big fan of just set up punchline. You like to.
No. Set up punchline is perfect. That's perfect. But a lot of jokes, it's so simple. Maybe you heard it before, or maybe you could have wrote that. It's simple. Like I've heard comics tell jokes, and I'd be like, "Wow, that was."
Just
I
could you
give-
give
I
me
give
an example?
credit.
We don't have to single anyone out, but could you give me an example of like something that you think's like too simplistic?
Okay, like when somebody say, if somebody say jokes about roaches.
Right.
I came home, and the roach said, "Turn the light off," something like that.
Right.
That's.
Well, that kind of
I'm tell you
reminds me
something.
of.
I have some of my favorite jokes. I'm gonna tell a joke that a comic said. I have plenty, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna say one. Like a comedy friend named Gerald Kelly said a joke. This
Okay.
is like one of my top 10. It was something. It was a joke he said, and I said to myself, "Damn, I didn't think of that." It was about Wonder Woman.
Okay.
So he was saying Wonder Woman. He was talking about the rope Wonder Woman has.
Right.
He said that rope can't get out to the street. He said, just imagine coming home and your wife said, "Where was you at?" And you say, "Well, I was playing cards with the friends." And she put the rope around him.
Right.
And so he on stage with the mic cord. He's
Right.
spinning around.
Oh, and he pretends he's
Like,
wrapped
yeah.
up with
He
the
said,
with
I was
the.
on your house. Keys in your house. I stole money out of your wallet. I hate your kids. He was telling the truth. A
Right.
whole lot of crazy shit. And then he said, "Get this rope off me."
Well-
so it was amazing how
You know, I think you could.
That was funny. I
If
like
you
that.
wanted to, you could. Obviously, you can't do that. You can't do the
I
thing
can't.
where you wrap yourself around with the cord because that's original.
Exactly. See, it's jokes like that that
But
put your
That's
jokes.
not to say you can't do something about Wonder Woman because Dave Chappelle's got a joke about Wonder Woman.
But Dave Chappelle probably don't know Gerald Kelly. He might
Right.
know.
But I remember
I wouldn't
specifically it was this episode of Dr. Katz. It was like 20. It must have been 20 years ago when they made it. His joke is something like, "I don't get Wonder Woman. How what is the point of having a lasso of truth? Why she's gonna wrap around a bad guy and he's just gonna go, damn, you got some big breasts."
So that's funny. So that premise is just hilarious.
Right.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
there's no reason you can't use the same premise. You know what I mean?
I have one of my jokes is like somebody said, like somebody voted my joke like one of the funniest jokes. They said my bed bug joke is like you can't the way that joke is written you cannot like come. You seen it before, right?
Yes, I don't. The bed bug joke escapes me though. So can you?
With the it's the perfect alarm system.
That's the punchline.
Well, basically, yeah. I mean, like my neighbors,
But you got to get up and leave.
Yeah, my neighbors come to my house
completely.
My neighbors come to my house, and they, in my neighborhood now, they got the signs in their yard. Brinks,
Okay.
All the alarm signs. So, but their houses is all getting broken into.
Right.
So they come to my house, in front of my house, protesting. They mad at me because I'm the only black person in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And they wonder why my house is all getting robbed. Well, their house is getting robbed, but it's not because I'm black. It's because my house never got robbed. So
Okay.
They want to know why, and they showed me the signs that they have in their yard, and I said that's the wrong sign. You got to put the sign that I got.
Okay.
Beware of bed bugs.
That's actually I get it.
Now, when I leave my
That's
house,
actually
I
good.
don't have that.
I like that.
But every time I leave my house, I gotta go like this. This shit is biting me.
I wish you guys could visually see Think doing this.
But see, that's how you do it. Now the crooks be in front of my house,
Right.
Because they watch you leave your house. So they be in front of my house like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. He got fucking bed bugs.
But that's perfect though. It's like I always wondered what it was with people that had like security systems, and it's like they have like the sticker that says the security system. It's just like, well, that's all that's telling people is that you have something worth stealing. You know what I mean?
Beware of bed bugs. Nobody's coming to your fucking house. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
One day, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how good this shit was. One time, I was walking out of Walgreens.
Right.
I forgot, but I had some batteries in my pocket.
Okay.
I was trying to steal it. But look, that ain't the point. The point was when I was walking out, they called the cops and it was a big thing. The cops came,
Right.
and put the handcuffs on.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, this officer, get off me. I was moving around. So the officer was like, yo, stop resisting. Stop resisting. I said, officer, I'm not resisting. It's these bed bugs. He let go of me and pushed me down to the ground.
Right.
He was like, all right, look, I'm going to give you so the cop said, listen,
Right.
I'm going to give you a break this time.
Okay.
Because you are not getting in my fucking car.
With bed
With
bugs.
them fucking bed bugs. He said, I'm going to give you a break. Guy, go ahead. He said, yeah, you can keep the handcuffs. he let me go, man. But that's a joke. But I swear to you, if you ever get arrested, this is the truth. This is not a joke.
Okay.
If you ever get arrested, just keep squirming around. The cop says, stop resisting. Tell the cops you got bed bugs.
Okay.
He will let you go.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to take your word on that.
He will let you go. Because, to be honest, nobody wants to bring bed bugs home.
Nobody. Because, anything that, it's such the purpose.
It's really true.
It's true.
Try it.
Because it's like, I could imagine what the cop would be thinking. It's like this guy's bed bugs. It's like, I can't bring home bed bugs.
You got kids,
you
got family, you got paying. That's a lot of money. You know how much it costs to get rid of bed bugs? Like $300.
Anything that you could do where you will put the cop in a position where you think that his wife is going to be mad at him.
You gotta be kidding.
Then, like,
you're damn right. You fucking right. I can't wait to get arrested. I will take.
Right?
I'll go somewhere. I'll get right on the subway with them damn handcuffs.
Right.
Damn right.
One.
Fucking crazy.
Is there? Can I buy you a beer here, or what?
Give me a
Yeah.
beer,
All right. You know what? Can we hit pause real quick? I'll grab us a couple beers
Yeah.
and we'll finish up.
Yeah.
That's what we are. Cool. That's what we are. That's what we are.
Hey, I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank our listeners for keeping up with us. The 1000 Comics Podcast thanks you. And if you ever feel like writing into the show, if you ever feel like writing in and having your letter read as a fan of the 1000 Comics Podcast, just send an email to matthewheath.saga@gmail.com. Matthewheath, SAGA @gmail.com. And that goes for any sponsors, too. If you'd like to send an email and try to link up for a sponsorship, go right ahead and do so. Also, I have a couple books out on Amazon.com. Just type in Matt Heath in the search bar of Amazon.com. My books Scared Out of the Dickens, Renaissance Men, and Pawnbrokers will all pop right up. So if you'd like to buy my book, please do so. And just a quick thing about my interview here with Think Floyd. We took a quick break, grabbed a couple beers, and he had to run to the green room real quick. That's why there's a break in the middle of this one. If you're searching anything of Think Floyd's online, make sure you type in Think Floyd Whitehead or Think Floyd Comedian, because the Pink Floyd cover band Think Floyd might pop up. I don't want anybody to be confused. One time I thought, I ran into a guy in Delray Beach and he was wearing a Think Floyd t-shirt, and I thought he was wearing, one of my buddy's t-shirts. He's actually wearing a t-shirt for the Think Floyd cover band. Not to be confused with the comedian. All right, please enjoy the rest of my interview with Think Floyd Whitehead.
I'm not going nowhere, baby. So you don't have to worry, honey.
When I finish this, I'm gonna hit what's else with the
All right, it was the podcast so good that we needed an intermission. You had me laughing too hard with that the bedbug thing, man. So we're back on, and gotta have an intermission when you're doing stand up at a theater, I guess. When we're doing when you're doing a night at a theater.
Yeah. No. No intermission. No intermission.
Dude, I don't think an intermission is ever a good idea at a
Never.
stand-up comedy show.
Never. They have
you've
Never.
seen it done. Have you ever seen it done well?
Yes. No.
Yeah, Muhammad's back too. He left for a little while. Now he's sitting in with us.
I don't know where he went. He always does that.
He just disappeared on us at one point in the interview.
Yeah.
We just turned around and he was gone.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Okay. I'll see you when you get back. Yeah.
So you ran out to the green room. We got our Heinekens now. How did it go over there at the green room?
It was quick.
Yeah.
So Beecher, so everybody else, how you doing? But he said, you know everybody in there. I looked in there, and I didn't know nobody in there.
Right.
I was like, hi, I think Floyd.
You know what? I saw some of the comics walk in, and I had no idea who they were. They were like, "Hey, we're the comics," and I'm like, "You guys are the comics?"
The only people I knew in the room was the pizza and the wine.
Right.
That's only thing I knew. I was told the pizza. I'll be right back.
But so
And the wine.
Beecher asked you to be a part of this, right? Right? No.
Well,
I think it's you.
Well, they probably came together and said, "Yo, we're gonna put Floyd."
Okay. I don't know. Is he there tonight or?
He's
Okay.
He's about to host. He's hosting the first,
Okay.
the first part, and then I'm going. It's 2 comics that goes on before the roast battle.
Okay.
So
And you're introducing the roast battle,
no, I'm
basically.
performing.
Right. All right, but okay, yeah, all right, awesome.
It'll be nice. I'm gonna do some things tonight.
Yeah, new things.
You know, I want to. I got some jokes. I got some stuff that I want to try. Maybe I can test it on you. Maybe you think it's funny.
You want to test it right here on the podcast?
No, just tell me if it's funny. I'm not gonna tell you the premise. You tell me.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
want me to tell you the premise
Yeah.
is funny? Okay.
Yeah. So I got some. You can talk. You can act.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You're looking out.
Okay. This is one premise. I got a joke about smoking. Then I go right into this joke. I talk about how I can't wait till they legalize weed,
Right.
marijuana. And I don't smoke. I just want to see all these unemployed police dogs.
Right.
You know, 'cause the dogs. You know how the dogs smell weed.
Okay.
When weed is legal, well, what the fuck they gonna be doing?
That's a good question, but I feel like the dogs they sniff out heroin and crack and stuff like that too,
Yeah,
right?
but I don't smoke weed. Listen, I don't smoke weed. I can't wait to just smoke weed right in front of the fucking dog. Like
In front of a police dog.
yeah, and just blow the smoke in their face. It's legal, bitch. You know? That's what it is.
Now, you know how they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Do you think there's going to be police
funny.
dogs out there that?
That's funny.
Do you think there's going to be police dogs out there that
Out
will
there.
still go after
Yeah.
you for
Yeah,
weed,
they're gonna be
even though the weed is legal?
Exactly. And what do you call that when you get arrested by when a cop arrests you? But what do you call it when you get
False arrest. Okay.
arrested? And another, I really hate police dogs. Cause you know what? This is why I really hate police dogs is because if a police dog chase you,
Okay.
right, and they bite you,
And we're talking about German shepherds.
whatever
right?
police dog, yeah, they chase you and they bite you. Now your instinct is to kick the
Yes.
dog. Okay, but if you do that, you will get charged with hitting a police officer like resisting arrest.
Wait, so if a
that's
dog
true.
has its
The
teeth,
dog is biting
like,
you.
because they don't just bite you, they bite and they clamp
bite
down
you.
and they
Yeah,
don't let
yeah.
go.
So I mean, if the dog bites you,
And you-
now here's where the joke comes in. This is one of my old jokes. I never
All right.
used. Okay, the dog bites you. You hit the dog. It's an instinct.
Right.
So you will get charged with resisting arrest. So that means by me saying that, if a police officer grabs you and starts biting you,
Okay.
what the fuck you supposed to be doing? You gonna hit him back? If a cop run up on you,
Definitely.
that's resisting arrest.
Are you?
It's the same thing.
Are you resisting arrest? So your question is: Are you resisting arrest if a cop is biting you?
Exactly. So you supposed to sit there and the cop biting you like, don't do this, don't do this. You supposed to sit there and let a cop bite, a police officer bite you. And you supposed to sit there and do nothing.
I mean,
see, if I was a cop,
in the eyes of the law,
if I was a cop, I would be so fucking petty.
Because
I would bite people.
I don't know what the laws are. Because I don't know what the laws are technically on like what a cop can do to a person. So they're allowed to shoot people. They're allowed to tase people. It's like, would they be allowed to bite people?
God. They can't find dogs with hands. This is why we need to have police monkeys.
Wait, why do you think this is a good idea?
They got hands. They grab him.
I can't argue with that logic.
Right? Oh, police gorillas.
Are they? But do they?
Those are killing niggas.
Could you? Oh, my chest hurt. Hold on. Could you imagine having a police gorilla?
Hold up. Because when I imagine the police gorilla,
they gonna grab you.
Does the police gorilla wear a uniform?
No, a badge. Just badge.
Just a badge.
Can't find no uniform for all that muscle. You fucking crazy? Why dogs though?
Why dogs? You know, I think it's because, and this is not just like hundreds of years. We've been using dogs as tools basically for thousands of years as human beings. And this is opposed to other animals. We use dogs to thousands of years, herd sheep. Like dogs have basically we could use them as a tool, and that's why they became domesticated.
They don't have hands. Fuck you chasing me around, biting with your mouth.
But at the same time, I think a police monkey.
Are you kidding me? Who wants to get bit by a fucking dog?
Nobody. But I would rather be bit by a dog than I would by a monkey. I'm
but
pretty
are you
sure.
going to submit if a dog biting you, or are you going to just take the bite like this?
No.
Exactly. You want to hit the dog. And guess what? Resisting arrest. That's another charge on top of whatever you're doing.
But a gorilla is unpredictable, man. A gorilla can tear your arms off.
Don't run. Don't do that. I tell you one thing. It will stop a lot of crime.
Okay.
You know they got gorillas now? Oh, shit. Put that back. Yeah, see?
All right.
Could you imagine having a gorilla just standing at the exit? You know how they got security guards?
I'm just picturing the cartoon Magilla Gorilla, how he was in the window, you know?
A Target.
Right?
You know the guy, I'm going to tell you something. This has got to be the dumbest job. The guy that checks your receipt when you leave in Target, that has to be the most useless job ever.
More useless than the greeter.
You know what I did one time? When I got my receipt,
Right.
I wrote on the receipt,
Yeah.
I stole something.
Okay.
So when I was walking out, I gave him the receipt. He wasn't listening. Gave me the receipt and walked out.
Really?
I said,
Not even acknowledging that what you wrote
this
on
is
it?
why I'm telling you, the job is useless. But could you imagine putting a gorilla right there? As you exiting, whatever you stole, I guarantee you put that shit back. Oh, shit. I ain't see the gorilla over there.
I like how the factor of like the gorilla knowing if you stole or anything, like, you know, it's just a pure intimidation factor.
Exactly.
You don't need.
You don't want to risk it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what? Put that gum back. Fuck out of here.
Right?
You will lose an arm for a piece of gum? Hell no.
No. But I don't know. I feel like the problem is the gorilla going to be messing with people that didn't steal anything? Or like, I'd be afraid to even walk out of the store. I don't even think I'm going to go in the store in the first place. If there's a gorilla sitting there.
Ooh, that's crazy. But if gorillas are smarter than dogs, right? Are they?
I guess you could say that, yeah.
So you can't
I think that primates are all technically smarter than other animals.
A police gorilla? Think so?
Okay, that's the thing. Because they're smarter, I think they can't be trained. I think that's the problem.
Wow. That's I don't know. I can't understand that. But they have to train animals to get hands because they can use their hands. They can search you, whatever. They can, they can do all this searching.
Right. But I think
A dog can't-
the opposable thumb, the hands are what give them better intellect, and what makes them harder to
A
train.
guy get chased, and the dog bit the guy in his balls.
Right in the nutsack, huh?
Right in the nuts. Now, yeah. So
Wow, that's
I'm
pretty
saying, so,
brutal.
I don't understand. So, can you charge a dog with something? Unlethal nuts? I don't know.
It's because it's like the dog didn't have to bite the guy in the nuts. He could have bit him somewhere else, and he
The
wouldn't.
dog don't have to bite you. Period.
That's true.
The dog is don't train the dog to bite me. Train the dog to run up on me and just
Jump on.
Okay, all right.
The fake bite.
So you think the intimidation factor of the dog is enough so dogs don't even need to bite?
No, they don't.
Well, I guess so. I guess you're right.
I
Being
guarantee
that,
you,
like,
you put
I
a
feel
muzzle.
like-
You put a muzzle on a dog.
Do you think though that like cops having guns, just having the gun is intimidating enough? Like
Exactly.
people don't want.
See, this
All right.
is- this
Nah,
guy's smart.
actually, I think cops having a taser is enough.
Yeah, taser.
Because in
I
Europe,
agree.
they don't even have guns.
That's true.
I think a taser's enough.
Well,
But tasers, cops' tasers got cobwebs because they don't use them shits. Okay, they rusty.
just on teenagers.
They use the guns. Period.
I-
Then they taser.
I gotta ask you your opinion on that shooting in New Haven. Have you watched the
This is
news
quick. It happened so
recently?
quick. Like, why are they? Well, number one, that was
Well,
crazy.
let's give the audience. I don't know if because not everybody's in Connecticut
that was
that listens
crazy.
to
That
this,
was
but
crazy.
I'm pretty sure it was national news.
It was.
The cop pulls over the couple, right? That's
Yeah.
in the car. It's supposedly what's thought to be a stolen car. It's not. It's not a stolen car, right? So you saw both videos.
I saw the one.
The cop shoots one side, runs around and shoots the other side.
That was crazy.
Were they
The people-
black?
Yes, they were black,
Yeah.
and
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
the first
Hold on
video
one
was
second,
bad.
Hold on 1 second. Let me give him a look up, please. Really?
How do you
Really?
not already know this story?
Okay,
bro?
good.
I live in New York.
As soon as he said they shot the car.
This is already old news.
Yeah.
There's
As soon
something
as he said-
like this
as soon as
happens
he
every
said
day in New
they
York.
Shot the car up. You're supposed to be like, okay, I know where this is going.
No, I figured, but I just wanted to double check.
Okay.
Okay.
But the first video made the cop look bad, but the second video, when they released the chest cam video, you could clearly see that the people's hands were up in the air.
But another thing is, me personally, I wouldn't have opened my car door.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? These cops are
Right.
unpredictable. When you're pulled over, don't open your car door.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not blaming them. Thing is, the cops don't shoot. Every incident is not a shooting. You don't have to shoot every time.
Especially if people are unarmed.
You see the guy had his hands up like this. Wait for a second. You know what I'm saying? They just
But when they're black, cops don't wait to see if they're armed.
the
or
cops
not.
is black.
The cop was black?
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't black.
So what?
I don't remember. I can't. I don't. I actually don't know if the cop was
No.
black. Or
No,
not.
I'm telling you, like,
cops was
I
black.
kicked him out of the community a week before that happened.
He was black.
He's whatever race wants to pick him up.
It was crazy. And that was crazy.
Get
They
back to the
didn't-
Chappelle
they
Show
didn't-
racial draft.
They didn't-
We don't want this guy
They
anymore.
didn't die, right? They didn't die,
Trade
right?
him.
I believe one of the people died.
We let Tiger Woods back in and traded that cop out.
Oh yeah, trade. Tiger's gone.
Tiger was out for a second.
Do you think? But you brought up a good point though, and it's like that you wouldn't have gotten out of the car. Do you think that people like
nervous.
should like it's strange because it's such like a toss up between like, well, if you don't follow that police protocol and you don't know it, you're gonna end up getting shot.
These cops need to be retrained again and again and again. They I don't know what it is, man.
I know what it is. You want to know what it is? these cops go their whole life, right? Like sometimes decades without
Right.
shooting once.
Right.
You know, and they've been seeing it in the movie. The reason why they joined mainly because they thought it would be adventurous. They go their whole cop
They saw
career
the
just-
movies and they want to be a part of it.
Exactly.
Right.
And then they found themselves driving around giving tickets for like 10 years. And then
Right.
they see one little opportunity that they could disarm their firearm and they jump on it. But like sadly, most of the time the black person's at the end of
I think it's more like this. All right.
at the end of the gun.
No. At the end of the day, this is the true fact right here. This is gonna seal it. Thing is, years and years and years ago, people wanted to be police officers
Right.
because they really want to protect and serve.
Right.
I'm talking about, since years ago.
They
It's all
they
about-
have
it's all
a
about-
they
it's all
actually had a
Yeah.
view of the law, and
Exactly.
like a respect for the law
wanna
that they
respect the
wanted.
law,
Yeah.
They want to protect and serve and whatever. Now it's more or less benefits, pay. It's different now.
Right.
But, they want to save. They don't want to risk their lives. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
different now. It's all about money, raising their family, and other stuff now. It's not like how it used to be when they, with the apple. Remember, you see the thing when you give it all of a sudden an apple, you walk by and give an apple, throw a stick in the neighborhood.
Right.
It's different now. They don't throw the stick no more. When last time you seen a cop do this with a stick?
But let me cut him off.
They don't
there.
twirl. They don't twirl.
the baton.
Yeah,
the
no,
stick?
they don't
Like,
twirl the nightstick no more.
So, but that's not an excuse to like kill unjustly.
Well,
you know what I mean?
No,
Because
I'm not saying an excuse.
yeah,
They looking at it more like
they're getting less than
a
they used
job. It's more like a job, more or less than protecting the community. They're using this as a regular job.
to. But we have to
They're not.
understand
They're not gun ho. They're not want to protect.
But being
No, I
a
think
cop-
gung ho is the perfect term
Well,
to use.
now
They're
they're
not gung ho. Well, they're gung ho to shoot. They're not gung ho to protect and serve. That's for sure.
which they shouldn't, because being a cop isn't a draft, right?
Right.
They chose it. Like you could choose to retire and get another job. There's a lot of
Yeah.
cops that retire and become like bodyguards or
Yeah.
something. So it's not an excuse. Like even when I go to a place and the establishment has like rude waiters or something, just because your job sucks isn't an excuse. Because just like you chose that job, you could choose to quit the job and do something else that you could do right in a more loving way.
Yeah.
You bring up a good point, and it's the fact is that like it's like being a cop is just a job where it's like there's people that are good at doing their jobs and there's people that are bad at doing their jobs. You know what I mean?
And the reason why I say it's more of money.
Yeah.
Cause you see, when they make a lot of drug arrests, and you see, me personally, if I was a cop, I'd probably do the same shit. If I'm arresting somebody and I see $2 million of cash right there,
Right.
they call that. If I take some of that money, they call me corrupt.
Right.
But that money looks so fucking good. This is why the cops are doing it. It's for the money. Most cops, come on, cop is not going to look at that money and trust me, they hand some of that money in.
You would take that corrupt police
I don't
money
know,
if
I
you
don't
were
know.
a cop?
I'm not a cop. I'm a comedian.
Right, but if you were,
If I was a comedian,
hypothetically,
if I was a comedian,
if you're a comedian
I'll take the
cop?
money.
Wait, so
I'm not sworn in.
You're getting a job as a cop, but you're
not- well,
you're sticking doing you're
Everything
working you're working
everything
day shifts and
Everything
you're
is a
doing
joke to
stand up
me.
at night.
Everything is a joke to me. Even when I've been sworn in, that's a joke. I'm taking the fucking money.
Right.
Everything is a joke.
Okay.
You were sworn in. Nah, that was a joke. Nah, I wasn't sworn in.
I'm for some reason I'm just picturing the movie Departed, but like it's you. It's like
If you was, I know. If you was a cop, mind you, you risk your life. People get shot. You got shot at, and you arrest these guys. You look under the bed. You don't only want to look under the bed. You see a suitcase full of money. You taking some of that money?
I'm taking all of them.
You corrupt. You really corrupt.
Nah, it doesn't matter if you take $1 or all of the money. When you get caught, you're going to jail and you're done. Just like what happened to the whole police department in Baltimore. So if I'm gonna go down, I might as well take all of it. But you gotta understand, I'm coming from Gambia, West Africa, where I'm used
Oh,
to
yeah, I know.
paying cops. I just left Gambia in January.
Yeah.
You know, like while I was there, my friend got caught by the cops for
You got personal cop.
yeah.
Heel cop. Sit down, cop.
Yeah, I'm actually a cop. It's like, no, while I was there, my friend got caught by one of them for smoking weed outside, you know, because it's illegal.
Right.
We paid him off, you know, and so, like, giving cops money is not foreign to me.
Right.
Because I did that about 4 months ago. So it's like, it's not foreign to anybody in Gambia or a lot of other developing countries.
Speaking of weed, nah, cause weed is about. I remember,
Right.
so weed is about to be legal, right?
Okay.
And you know, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. A lot of my friends at my job ask me, "Can I use my urine?" One guy in particular, and I always give it to him.
Always give him the urine.
I always give. You see her? She walked by like, you giving away urine? Anyway, like,
She's like, can
You
I
see
get
that
some of
look?
that?
Like,
Yes,
what?
a waitress just walked by and
overheard.
she's looking for urine to use because they
Overheard me say-
they drug test here at the Met.
so look. All right. So I give my urine. So one day I said, I can't keep giving him my urine. So I told him,
Okay.
I said, listen, man, I'm vegan now.
I'm dead. Vegans don't pee.
I said, I'm vegan now, so if I give you my urine, they know you eating meat. They gonna know it's not your urine. He was like, oh shit, that's right. I was like, no, I thought it was a good idea.
Right.
Now, at lunch, every time we go to lunch now, this motherfucker want to eat lunch. I know he didn't believe me. So now at lunchtime, he want to eat lunch with me every day.
Oh man.
So now I'm stuck eating lettuce. Silly shit. I'm like, this motherfucking crackers.
Celery.
Yeah, I'm eating celery.
Well, at least you're losing.
But
You're
he's
probably
sitting there-
losing weight.
He's sitting there staring at me like, he's sitting there fucking staring at me like this. Every day. I said, fucker. I'm eating.
That's what you should talk about on
That's what
stage.
I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
God forbid you ever go out.
That's all my new shit.
this
So,
shit's funny.
yeah, so, you know, now I gotta sit there half an hour every day eating.
And the guy's just staring you down the whole time.
Yeah, 'cause I know he don't believe me.
Why don't you go out for lunch?
Nah. Go where? There's no vegan. Where am I go? Fuck, I'm gonna go. The gas station? It's fucked up.
But that's funny because
He watched
you
me
said
every-
you're like, where am I gonna go if he would follow you?
He
to
will
where
follow.
You're
Where you
going.
going? If I say I'm gonna get some lunch, where? There's no vegetables standing around here. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Fuck, man. Why the fuck did I lie? See, this is why you're not supposed to lie. But you know what? I had a good idea what I want to do. Like I was looking into. I want to open up my own business.
Right.
So you know, when you got a business mind,
Yeah.
you have to think in the future what's going to be.
Right. Vegan vending
No,
machines.
no.
Just
I got
celery.
a better idea. What it is, this idea, because we all know marijuana is going to be legal soon.
Yeah.
All right. So
Weed vending machine.
no, it's a perfect idea. Listen, this is a perfect idea. I don't laugh because this is a real business. Y'all want to jump in on this idea? Y'all could.
I'm ready to hear. Yeah. Pitch it to me.
This is what I want to do. Being that there's going to be a lot of drug testing coming along, I want to sell urine.
Okay.
Different types of urine.
Okay. Vegan urine, regular urine,
Yeah.
diet
but
urine.
it's non-drug. You can't. Yeah. So sell urine.
But there's already fake pee.
It is?
They have They do. They actually already have synthetic. But your idea of selling real urine, you can buy the fake
can't
pee,
do it.
but they can't buy real pee.
Asians? Who did it? Asians?
Probably.
Asians, right? Motherfucker. Yo, I swear, I can't.
I feel like you should have filmed this because the audience needed to see his face.
Yo,
when
I'm
he
hurt.
found out.
Fucking
Because
hurt.
he was really,
I'm hurt.
he was really shocked when he heard that they had
Really?
fake pee.
But you know
I'm
what?
from Seattle, right? Like, well, I did high school in Seattle, right?
Bitch.
And everybody smokes in Seattle. Like,
Yes.
it's legal. Like, even before it was, everybody does, right? So we'd go to these smoke shops and actually buy the fake piss. It comes with a hand warmer. You heat it up, put a hand warmer on it, tie it around the inside of your thigh so it stays warm till you go
That's a
to
lot
wherever
to keep
you
a
need
job.
to.
Yes, I actually,
go get
we,
your
You can't,
drug
listen, you
test.
the
can't.
kids in high school,
See,
I went
see,
to high school, did the
but
same
see,
exact
that's
thing.
good.
But it's cleaner than
It's
someone
okay,
else's pee.
but it's worth it if the job is. You could go through all that shit.
Yeah.
If you get paid $75,000 a year. I'm not doing all that to work
Okay.
at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
not McDonald's.
I gotta tell a little,
Right?
You're right,
a little, pee
Oh no,
pee
but
story real quick.
hold on. Here go. Here's after keep that thought. The thing about
This is not your podcast
hold on.
anymore.
Yeah. But here goes, no. But since we're on the subject, 'cause I was gonna bring this up anyway. See, when they legalize marijuana, it's gonna fuck up a lot of shit. You know why?
Why?
Let's say you got a job interview.
Okay.
Marijuana's legal,
Okay.
right? You're telling your wife, I got a job interview.
Yeah.
But and you come home and she asks you, did you get the job? You say no. You say, why not? You say, I failed the drug test. She goes, how you failed the drug test? Marijuana is. Are you on cocaine? Because I call that weeds out.
That doesn't work with me because my fiance doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, and she would get, even if weed was legal, she'd be mad at me for smoking, which she does get mad at me for smoking every
but
now and then.
okay, but if you don't smoke, let's say you don't smoke weed,
Right.
and you fail the drug test, you know
Yeah.
what that means?
You were fucked up on something else.
You on cocaine.
You know they say like every other drug gets out of your system in like 2 days, while weed stays in you for like months.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Maybe because is it because is it because the fumes? Or can you take?
I think it's because of
weed
that.
pill?
It technically, the THC stays in your fat cells in your hair, and none of the other drugs do that.
So you're saying we got a lot of cokeheads around the job?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why they call it like the working man. I don't know, the rich man's drug, the working man's drug. Like you can get away with doing it.
Wow. Even meth or meth?
Meth definitely not because it rots out your teeth and you can.
What the fuck is meth? I have no idea what the fuck that shit is.
Just watch
Like
Breaking
Adderall.
Bad and you'll
It's
learn
actually
all about
Adderall.
it. It is.
Yeah, that's what Adderall is.
So what were you
Really?
gonna say? You about to go on.
Oh, the I just wanted to say real quick that I had, when I got my teaching job down in Florida, they had a pee test that I was wearing because I do smoke weed every now and then, and I went for maybe a month without, just because I knew there would be the drug test, and I was even nervous when I peed in the cup for the nurse. I was like when do the results get back for this?
Never
And she-
supposed to ask.
Do you know what she said to me? She says, "What are you worried about? You already got the job."
Oh shit. Oh, that's fucked up. You know what I always do? I just be so, a lot of times I've been so mad
Yeah.
that they doing these little pop-up drug tests. So what I do is, this is a little disgusting what I do. Sometimes I pee in a cup and then I pee the rest on the floor.
What?
Just because.
Why on the floor?
Petty.
You do it in the bathroom.
Pettiness.
And again, it's like I said though, a lot of your stand-up has to do with your pettiness. With
Yeah, I
your,
pee on the floor.
Your attention to the
They
little.
know I don't smoke weed. They know I don't smoke weed. Why give me the test? I just pee on the floor.
But it's not like the I understand that they're like, it's like, I'm gonna do this because fuck the man. But it's like, like I understand people's reasoning sometimes and
Fuck the
like
test.
saying "fuck the man," "fuck the test," but it's like. It's not the man that has to go in. It's like someone who works there that has to go in there. And
That
clean it.
reminds me of like,
Excuse me,
when,
did you just pee on the floor? Yes, I did.
that was like
Like-
when Trump got elected and people would go and like do nasty stuff to the building because he hated foreigners.
Right.
But then foreigners ended up having to clean
Having
it
to
up.
be the ones that clean it up.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Oh my
That's
god.
like all right. Like a lot of times, you know, when I travel with my brother, I stay in a lot of hotels.
Yes.
We did a show in the Poconos, right? And I'm booking my room, and the lady on the phone goes, "Are you staying here for business or leisure?"
Right.
I was like, "None." She said, "You got to pick one." I said, "I just did. None of your fucking business." The fuck you want to know what I'm doing in my room?
Wait.
Why you wanna know?
It's not like the reason you're on vacation is business or
Yeah.
pleasure. What are you doing in your room? Is
Exactly.
it business or is it pleasure?
I'm scared. You know what I'm scared? You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared I'm gonna be in my room
Yeah.
having, doing my thing, having sex.
Having
in my room.
leisure.
Yeah.
In my room having sex. Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god, that feels so good. Also,
You said you were here for business.
who is it? It's like, it's the front desk.
They make him prove his job. And it's not in the sex
You're like-
industry.
He's like,
Oh, imagine.
it's the front desk. I'm like, how can I help you?
But that makes complete sense. Like, why do they even ask?
Yeah, they'd be like,
Why do they even ask if you're there for business
we
or
hope
pleasure?
you not.
It really is
We hope you're not in there fucking.
We
You're
hope you're
supposed
not
to be
having
here.
fun.
You're supposed to be here on business. Oh my god, you're right.
You immediately put on a suit, walk out.
I'm like, yo, get dressed. What's going on? I'm supposed to be here on business.
Oh my god.
But then, I used to have a girl I messed with before. When that happened,
Yep.
she's not that smart. She don't fucking ask me, why you ain't put down fucking? Go the fuck home.
All right, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the podcast, man.
We could go for another 2 hours, man. We got enough time. We got 6:30.
When are you performing?
I'm going on 6:30.
6:30.
All right, this is the Thousand Comics podcast. We're coming at you from the Met in Bridgeport, Connecticut. This was my guest, Think Floyd,
Yeah.
and his friend Muhammad. Muhammad, what's your last name?
Gay.
Gay.
Yeah.
Muhammad
Yeah.
Gay
With an E, please.
with an E.
Yeah.
I'm actually related to Marvin Gaye.
Really?
No, I'm not, but I want to get on Floyd's level.
Oh, you want to say?
I was actually just listening to Marvin Gaye in the car.
You are?
Yeah, Inner City Blues. Yeah.
I feel
All right. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, we gotta do this again. That was good. That was fun.